All right, we're here. Kennel Talk. This is Kennel Talk, Desert Point Kennel, Gordon Gun Dogs. Kennel Talk of the day with Rashawn Gordon from Gordon Gun Dogs, Covey Busters. Rashawn, tell us, you started, you made a decision to give up your job, for your wife to give up her job, and dedicate your life to breeding German Shorthairs. That's a noble cause. So tell us about it. Tell us where you're headed, where you came from, what you were doing, and where your line's headed now.
Well, when I made that decision, I had thought originally about breeding Shorthairs for everybody's purpose. You know, having some field trial lines, having some versatile lines. And, you know, so that way there was a market for every dog. That's what I was wanting to appeal to. And then after meeting you and talking to you and doing some stuff with you, I realized that versatility, maintaining the integrity of the breed, and following the footsteps of the original breeders is what we should be doing as breeders. I didn't see the point, being a desert hunter, why I needed a dog that retrieved in water when I'm hunting Gambel's quail in the middle of the desert with no water. And now, of course, I'm in an area that has a lot of water and canals, and actually shot a bird that went in the canal. Therefore, guess what? I need versatility. But I realize the importance of it, because there's so many dogs out there now that aren't even German Shorthair pointers. They're hybrids. They're the golden doodles of the GSP world. And to me, that's kind of sickening. They can't go in the water. They don't retrieve. They got field trial stakes without retrieving. What type of a hunting dog is that? So I decided that I was going to take my breeding program and breed for versatility. And that's basically what I've been doing.
So you got your dogs, so we can talk about them in a second. But is there any downfall? I mean, if you have a versatile dog, and he can do it all, does that mean he lacks in any specific area?
Or does it take away from his ability to be a bird dog? Or as a trainer, Larry Lowell, said, is it going to make him run with his nose to the ground so he can't find birds at a great distance? No, I have absolutely not seen any of that at all. As a matter of fact, I've got some dogs that I've seen point birds far distances, unbelievable distances. A versatile dog knows how to use his nose and how to work the wind. So, no, you're not going to lose anything, and if anything, you're going to gain. You're going to gain a dog that will go in the water. You're going to gain a dog that can trail and track wounded game better than a dog that's got his nose up in the air. They know how to adjust for the situation they're in.
And the dogs you started with, I mean, the Heinz-Holt kennel, those were dogs that were basically German dogs.
That is correct.
And they were here in America, and even though you had them for just basically quail hunting, how good a job did they do quail hunting?
They did a phenomenal job quail hunting. My numbers went up substantially. I was before maybe killing 15 to 20 birds a season. In my very first von Heinholz dog, I killed almost 200 quail that first season with a pup. And then they've just gone up. My record season was 513 quail.
So the trial lines that you've had, you know, that are supposed to be such great movers and shakers and cover a lot of ground, could they find any more birds than your German dogs from the past?
No, but they cover a lot more ground. But I've had my versatile dog come right behind my field trial dog and found 7 birds. And to me, that's unacceptable. And my field trial dogs that I do have, they're good hunting dogs. And I can make them work because, one, I've got years of experience in training, so I can make any dog work. But a novice guy getting a short hair, I never recommend getting a field trial bred dog.
Would there be any advantages at all to a field trial dog?
No, not unless you just want a dog that just go out 1,000 yards, maybe down a canyon or something you don't want to hike down.
Right. So tell us now, I mean, you've did a lot in the past, probably more than most breeders will ever do. And you've decided to do this full time. So tell us about the dogs, some of the dogs you have now, and what direction you're heading in your breeding program.
Well, I do have a few of the field trial white dogs, and then I have a few of the versatile hunting dogs, and I have combined the two, and so far my results have actually been pretty good. And eventually I will work away from the field trial lines completely and just stick with versatile bred dogs, and possibly even looking into at some point bringing in some imports.
Have you found that even though the dogs that you're breeding have field trial stuff in them, that you can easily make that line versatile again by coming back to versatile dogs?
Yes. Yes, all my pups that I have had produced out of my litters have all been great versatile dogs.
Right.
They all like the water. They all are natural retrievers. They've all been natural backers. They've been great pups.
So what happens is I think I found the same thing, is I can take a field trial line that's strictly field trials, big white running dogs that run big and have no versatility. Breed those dogs to a versatile dog, and many in the litter will be versatile. If in your breeding program you head that way for versatility, within a generation or two you can really bring back the versatility. Where you end up not being able to breed back the versatility is by taking that white dog, typically it's a white dog, heavy field trial, big run, that they haven't focused probably for 50 years on water work or retrieve. If you take that dog and you breed it to another dog just like that, that's where you run into the problems, right?
I haven't been able to do that yet.
Right.
And I don't know if I want to actually go to that direction and find out for myself.
Yeah, and the reason that you don't is absolutely right, is that it's one step that you don't want to make. Believe me, I've been there and done that. It's like, so what happens to me, now see what Rashawn started with, and what he has some fantastic versatile dogs. Well, we just did one on Sandy and Ruger and their breeding. You can look at that. We just did a video on it. It's like he has these great versatile dogs, standalone, as good as you can get. He's got Scout, he's got the old Heinz Holt lines, he's got all of those great dogs that are standalone, versatile dogs. And he also has some that are mixed, and some probably that lean more towards field trial stuff. What happens is that a lot of times in the breeding program, if you're not careful, you end up having to take an extra step. If you already have the field trial stuff in there, which a lot of lines do, you can slowly kind of breed that out. That's kind of, that's probably acceptable. But what happens is if you have a pure, basically 100% field trial dog, and you're trying to breed it for versatility, the first breeding, or every breeding from that particular dog, will split your litter. Some of the dogs will be versatile and some of the dogs will not be. And so it's like you have to be careful, and you have to know that, because if you don't, what happens is that you end up selling dogs to the wrong people, and you end up having dogs that you can't guarantee that likes the water. So I think that's where Rashawn's at now. So quickly, go individually, why don't you give us a rundown on some of your dogs that you're breeding and some of their strong points, and if they have some weak points, and then where you're going with them.
I got a litter from Scout and Callie right now. Scout, the sire, is von Heinholz's blood and some Trekker and some Stradivarius. He's got a very good blend of a lot of the older lines, and he's great in the water, great natural retrieve, natural backer, beautiful point, just all around great dog. Now the female Callie, she is 100% field trial bred, But for some reason, she, maybe hanging out with my versatile dogs, decided she wanted to be a versatile dog and no more field lines. She does have a natural retrieve, natural back, good point, and she has a love for the water. Where that came from, I don't know, but she has passed that on to her puppies. My other female, Riley, which would be Callie's half-sister, she retrieves, and she's a decent retriever. She likes to splash in the water, but she does not swim unless she absolutely has to. You ain't going to get her to get past her belly in the water on her own. But she has been a good dog, and her puppies have come out very good. Now my dog Annie, another field trial bred dog out of Tonelli's.
But when you mean she passes on good ones, that's bred with a versatile dog.
That is correct. I have not bred her to a field trial bred dog, and I probably won't, because Riley she's a great dog and she's a great house dog, but she is a little on the high strung side, and she's kind of a standoffish dog. So, and that's typical in a lot of the field trial lines. So I wouldn't want to double up on that, because I'm going to get an extra hyper dog, a dog that probably won't like the water at all, and probably would not be a good house dog.
Who else you got?
Well, those are my field trial dogs. I have Sully, who is she's a versatile bred dog. She likes the water, great retriever. She backs, and she has a nice point. Then I have Ripley, which is a Desert Point Kennel dog. And so far, Ripley has been very sweet, great point, great back. She retrieves, and she retrieves great in water. She loves the water. She's practically a duck. And I think that's about it for my females.
Sandy.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, Sandy. Sandy is, she's my Cadillac. She's been a very good dog, and she's 100% pretty much versatile bred. Great in the water, natural back, great retrieve, good point. She's a good dog. I love Sandy, even though she is my wife's dog.
And Ruger?
Ruger, yeah, it's another male. That's funny. You gotta remind me of my own dogs. And Ruger was given to me by some very good people, and he's a fantastic hunting dog. Again, he has a natural back, love for the water, great retrieve, and a good point. He is a solid, good hunting dog. I'm very fortunate to have him, and again, thanks Travis and Shannon Bradford for giving me Ruger. We love him out here. I also have a son of Riley and Scout, and a son from Callie and Scout, and be Jake and Randy. And both of these dogs are still young dogs. They're still coming up. But so far, these dogs seem to really have it going together. They're good looking. They love the water. They're great retrievers. They point and they back. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they mature into.
Any other young dogs coming up?
Not at this present time and moment outside of my little Brittany Todd.
Okay. So, anything in closing?
No, just thanks for having me there, Desert Point.